Hello everyone. This is the second part of the lecture on reciprocating pumps. We'll start with a discussion on variation of velocity and acceleration of fluids in suction and delivery pipes due to acceleration of the piston. As you can see, everybody please look into the figure on the bottom part of the page. As you can see, during the suction stroke, the piston will start from the extreme left position. As it moves towards the right, along the center, the velocity reaches maximum, and at the extreme right end, the velocity will be zero. That is, at the end of the suction stroke, velocity of the piston becomes zero. Next, during the delivery stroke, the piston starts from here. When it reaches center, the velocity becomes maximum, similar to the suction stroke. When it reaches the extreme left position, the velocity becomes zero. So this is what happens inside the cylinder. Now as you can see, the water will be always be in contact with the piston inside the cylinder. So the velocity of water inside the cylinder will be equal to the velocity of the piston. Clear? Now what we're going to do is we'll derive an expression for the pressure head due to acceleration of piston in the suction and delivery pipe. Now you need to understand this. Due to this acceleration of the piston, there will be variation of velocity in the suction pipe as well as in the delivery pipe. Due to this variation of velocity, there will be difference in the pressure head. Okay, we are going to derive an expression for that. Now, please understand the figure very carefully. X is the displacement of the piston, and it is shown on the figure. Displacement of the piston means the distance traveled by the piston rod inside the cylinder when the crank rod moves an angle theta for a time t. Understand that. I'll go into the next page. These are the different terms associated with the derivation. Omega is the angular velocity. A is the area of the cylinder, capital A. Small r is the crank radius. L is the stroke length, which will be 2 times the crank radius. Now I've already told you what x is, right? X is the distance traveled by the piston from the left towards right. So displacement of the piston from the figure can be given by r minus r cos theta. I'll explain that. You can see AF is the x, right? It will be equal to OA minus OF. And OA is r and OF is r cos theta. So x will be equal to r minus r cos theta. But theta is equal to omega t. So x will be equal to r minus r cos omega t. Now we need to find the velocity of the piston. For that we'll take the derivative of x with respect to time. That is d by dt of r minus r cos omega t. So velocity is equal to r omega sin omega t. We'll get the result as r omega sin omega t. Next what we'll be doing is we'll apply the continuity equation. That means the amount of water coming out of the cylinder is equal to the amount of water that is going into the suction pipe or to the delivery pipe, depending on the type of stroke happening. So what we'll do is we'll apply the continuity equation here. That is AV is equal to small a into small v, where capital A is the area of the cylinder, capital V is the velocity of water inside the cylinder, small a is the area of the pipe, small v is the velocity of water in the pipe. Okay. Now velocity of water in the pipe can be given as small v is equal to AV by A. We'll substitute this in equation 2. Substitute 2 in 1 and we'll get small v is equal to A by A r omega sin omega t. Now we have to find the acceleration of the piston. Now we have found out the velocity of water inside the pipe. Now we will find the acceleration of water inside the pipe. For that we will take the derivative, that is dv by dt. dv by dt is equal to a by a omega square cos omega t. After we apply the derivative, we will get this answer. Now to find the force is equal to what? Mass into acceleration, right? So we have already found out what is acceleration. So we'll just multiply it with the mass of water in the pipe. So mass of water will be given by density into volume, right? So rho AL, and small a, capital A by small a into omega square r cos omega t, where small l is the length of the pipe. Next we will find the pressure. We need to find the pressure head, right? Before that we have to find the pressure. So pressure is force by area. We'll just divide the force by small a. You'll get the pressure. Next you'll find H using we'll find the pressure head using the equation P is equal to rho g H. So H will be equal to P by rho g. So finally you'll get H is equal to L by G into A by A omega square r cos omega t. And we have just written the head for suction pipe as well as delivery pipe. So hope you all have clearly understood the derivation of this part. Next is, now we have found out the pressure head, right, in the suction pipe as well as the delivery pipe. Now what we will do next is we'll just find the effect of variation in velocity on the head loss due to friction. See, we have already found out what is head loss, the pressure head, right? So we have the equation HF is equal to 4FL V square by 2GD, where small f is the coefficient of friction, L is the length of pipe, velocity of water in the pipe is V, and D is the diameter of the pipe. The velocity of the water in the pipe given by the equation is V is equal to A by A r omega sine theta. We have already got that from the previous derivation, this equation. So we'll substitute this in the HF equation. You'll get it as 4FL 2GD into A by A r omega sine theta the whole square. So what we'll do is, in order to find the head loss due to friction in the suction pipe, you will just simply change the dimensions depending on which pipe you are finding out the head loss due to friction. So I hope you all have clearly understood the derivation part. If you have any doubts, please feel free to message me or mail me. Thank you.